Came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
So this is the question that we get asked most. What is the best retro handheld to buy? And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly which one to buy. And for those of you saying just buy a new Game Boy or just buy a new PSP, no. This is for those of you that want a new Chinese handheld that can play all of your emulators and all of your ROMs on the go for an affordable price. Now, again, if you're a fan of the channel, you've seen what I've reviewed in the past. I've had hold of hundreds of different handhelds. Now, a part of me is in love with the old modified version, these one here. So the Game Boy Color and the original DMG that has been modified with a backlit. They've got new speakers in them. They last longer. They've even got different charging ports now with the USB-C. I'm in love with them because they feel nostalgic and they played my old cartridges. But these are no way in this category. This category here is for the best retro handheld of the year that can play your ROMs. Now, I'm going to say it, there's going to be no price tag here. It's just going to be my best one. Now, these are the ones that I consider to be the best out there so far. So if you pick up any of these, I think you'll be very happy with what you get. Now, if you don't know which all of these are, go back through my videos. You can see what most of these are, and they're all different price ranges. We've got a cheap one which you can pick up here for $30. This is the LDK game. Can play your SNES, Game Boy games quite well. And then they go all the way up to the £150 or $50 mark that can emulate N64 and PlayStation 1. So there is a huge spectrum of skill, price, quality here, but this is going to be just one that I think rules them all. Now, the three that I think are worthy of a pickup are these here. So this is the GKD 350H, the BitBoy Pocket Go, and the Retro Game 350. These are the best handhelds on the market of 2019. So I'm going to put these to the side here, do a little zoom, and talk to you about these handhelds now. The cheapest here is the BitBoy Pocket Go, coming in around about $59. BitBoy have been renowned for making very high quality handhelds on the market. They know how to market their product as well. They've got a brand behind it. BitBoy, you can get to their customer service fairly easily. Like, it is a bit of a struggle, but you can. And there's basically a brand that you can trust behind the name. The other two, on the other hand, the GKD 350H and the Retro Game 350, do not. Once you buy it, there's no customer service. It will come from China in bubble wrap, and sometimes it will take months to get it. It's different, and you're kind of betting on the quality of the handheld. Now, you will get the handheld, but again, there's no real brand behind it. They're just really weird names, and nobody is going to help you if one goes wrong. You will need to go to the community if one does. So the most expensive on the list is probably the Retro Game 350. Coming in behind from a couple of bucks is the GKD 350H. Now, the Retro Game is $80, and I think you can pick up the GKD 350H for $75. So $59, $75, $80. For those of you that are on a bit of a budget, pick up the BitBoy Pocket Go. For those of you that want build quality and a bit more power, go for the Retro Game 350. If you're a bit in between, then go for the GKD 350H. The GKD 350H here is the most powerful handheld under the $100 on the market so far, but this lacks a couple of things. Now, let's just jump right in. Which is my favorite handheld of the year? And for me, it is the Retro Game 350 here, because it emulates really, really well. But one thing that it has over both of these is build quality. This thing here feels like it's been built by Nintendo themselves. It's got really good build quality, it's durable, it's got a great screen, it's got 2 analog sticks, 4 shoulder buttons, a volume rocker. It just feels like an actual handheld. Like, you could have called this the Nintendo Switch Mini, and I would have believed you should it had a Nintendo logo on. The other two, on the other hand, you can tell they're Chinese handhelds. For example, the GKD here is way more powerful than the retro game, but it feels a bit plasticky. Like, look at the back there. It's got all this crap like plastered on. It's got this cheap plastic. It's only got 4 shoulder buttons. Heck, it doesn't even come with a volume wheel or a volume rocker. Like, it's just a bit lazy, a bit plain, and the build quality is a little cheap for something that's only $5 less than the retro game 350. The BitBoy, on the other hand, is $59, but rumors has it might increase to $70, and that means it's in the same price range of this, but again, it lacks the build quality and the quality control that the retro game 350 does. For example, they sent this over and printed on a logo for us. It was upside down, which was a little bit annoying, but again, the build quality is great. But then again, small things like the analog stick here is very low quality, doesn't come with a rubber cap, and it spins around, which infuriates me. And some of you say that you don't like the branding on it. I'd say the GKD 350H comes in at the 3rd place, the BitBoy Pocket Go comes in at 2nd, but one reigning on them all is the retro game 350 here. Now, this can emulate everything up to PlayStation 1. So admittedly, it can't play N64 or Dreamcast ROMs like this. If you haven't seen our review of this is the Powkiddy A19. This is a $90 handheld that can play Dreamcast and PSP games but it lacks shoulder buttons. So because it lacks shoulder buttons means it's very awkward to play, but it was a great handheld, just lacked a decent design team behind it. Whereas the retro game 350 here is pretty much perfect. Admittedly, it can't play N64, it can play PlayStation 1, but it lacks, it doesn't lack anything really. Some say 2 analog sticks is over the top. It's not as portable as the BitBoy Pocket Go because the analog sticks do pop out a little bit like that. So putting it in your pocket in and out is a little bit annoying because the analog sticks do catch, whereas the slider here on the BitBoy and the GKD doesn't. So do take that into consideration when picking it up. But the Retro Game 350 can play SNES, NES, Game Boy, WonderSwan, PlayStation 1, Genesis, SNES, Neo Geo, Game Boy Advance, all of your old consoles that you absolutely love, and it can play them very, very well. In fact, you won't get any screen tearing, frame rate drops. It is just a very powerful handheld that's incredibly well built, and the build quality is why I am putting it as the best retro handheld of 2019. The GKD 350H literally came in about a week ago, so it just managed to come in the 2019 time frame. But what it has in power over the retro game, it lacks in build quality. So that's why it is below the retro game 350. This can play PlayStation 1 games slightly smoother, but in terms of long-term gameplay and build quality, the retro game 350 is an absolute stunner. Now, I have ordered the metal version, so this is the plastic version coming in at $80. There is a metal version coming in with an aluminium body for $130. Very expensive, I know, but I do have it coming in, and that's how much I love this handheld. I've upgraded to the metal version, and that is going to feel even better in terms of build quality, and I'm just going to be absolutely in love. So if you're looking for a handheld, definitely check out our full review of the Retro Game 350. It's just in terms of gameplay, game quality, pocket size, power, and build quality, this reigns above everything on the market. The BitBoy Pocket Go and the GKD 350H are still amazing pickups. I just think the Retro Game 350 has it over build quality. Now, I do love the BitBoy Pocket Go. It's sleek, it's well built. It's just small things like the back capsule, the smaller battery pack, you know, and when I ordered it, the screen was off, so I had to put it down back on because it was slightly low quality glue. And it's small things like that that has just put it behind the Retro Game 350. But, you know, the GKD 350H, if you want power and really good PS1 emulation, that can be for you. The others, like the old BitBoy Pocket Go, you can get this like $30 now. That's really good for Game Boy and SNES emulation. You've got the Clockwork Pi, which is again a really, really good handheld that you actually build yourself like Lego. You put it together, you can play ROMs, but this is up there with £150, I think, or $150 price tag, which is for us a little bit too expensive for what you're getting. So the Retro Game comes in at that really nice $70 price tag, $80, sorry. That means a lot of people can afford it, and it brings it into that category that's cheaper than all of the big guys like the Clockwork and the RetroPie handheld. So if you are picking one up, definitely pick up the Retro Game 350 because I am in love with it, and this here is the best retro handheld of 2019, and I really do advise that you pick one up because you will fall in love with it, and it's just a really great way to play your old school games that you used to love back in the day. Pick it up, there it is. If you want to read our reviews, there are links below to our website and links below to the YouTube videos as well, should you want a separate review of each of one. So there you have it, crowned king of 2019 is the Retro Game 350. As per usual, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think and let me know which one you pick up in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.